What up, fam? This is Vic from Quick Cuts Premium Lawn Care here in Conyers, Georgia. And as always, hope you guys are cutting on. So today, fam, I'm going to answer 7 questions from one of my subscribers. To you, Justin, you asked me this in the comment section, and I'm going to be as truthful as possible in answering this and as thorough as possible in answering your questions. But first, fam, if you're new to this channel, I am a lawn care professional. Basically, I'm in my 6th season of lawn maintenance. I am not a landscaper. I'm pretty much a person who would maintain a lawn or do some form of cleanup to a lawn, but I don't get into putting out pavers, walls, and etc. I don't even do anything when it comes to laying sod. So I don't want you to think that's what I do. I'm just your basic lawn maintenance type of guy. And I'm here to give you tips and strategies of what we do in our business here at Quick Cuts in order to help you cut on. So let's jump right into it. Number 1, Justin asks, how many crews am I running? I'm gonna be honest with you. I am running 3 trucks. One of the trucks, I have someone who is their first time really being a crew chief, or some people call it a foreman. He has 2 people on his truck, and truth be told, it's like 3 of them all together. But in my situation, I realized 3 people is not the efficient way of running a truck. Truth be told, to be on task the majority of the time, you only need 2 people on a truck. However, if you are running a business and you're trying to get used to about the turnaround when it comes to certain people, I have more than what I need, because sometimes people just are not showing up to work. That's how it is in this business. And I suggest as you get to learn this business, you'll know when to add people and when to take people away. So right now we have more than what I really need to run each truck. All right, question number 2, do I offer weekly or bi-weekly services? Truth be told, if you're a commercial, I want to offer you weekly services. And the only reason why, if you're commercial, I want you to offer you weekly services is because a lot of time the commercial clients, they have people coming back and forth and it'd be trash there. And if you don't go there a weekly, you can get there and trash will be there, and you're responsible for that trash sometimes. And it could take you longer to pick up the trash than it is to do the lawn. So I want weekly service for my commercial. When it comes to bi-weekly, yes, you can get away with that in Georgia, especially when it's not raining. Yeah, we got a lot of rain last couple of days, and yes, grass is growing like crazy now since we got that rain, but that's what I do. I don't have a mandatory weekly service agreement at the moment, and nor can I have one here in the South where I'm located. All right, so next question, do you price by the man hour? Yes, I do price by the man hour. Basically, fam, you gotta mix and match, because everything is not just simple man hours. Sometimes you gotta know what the market brings down here or wherever you located when it comes to cutting your yards. So when it comes to man hours, I am trying to get $65 per man hour when it comes to my cleanups. Like my cleanups, I am trying to hit that number, and I'm pretty good at hitting that number when it comes to cleanup. Now, as far as the basic maintenance of cutting yards, I may or may not meet that number because of other people come in, and pretty much you got people who coming into the market and they price to get customers. And what I mean by that, they'll price really low just to get or gain customers. And so you can't come in and just be too high. People just, I don't know, something about lawn care. They just not gonna give you $100 off the pop because their yard yields $100 based upon your measurement stick. It might be somebody else down the street will do it for $65, and they've been doing it for $65 for a very long time. So once you get your clientele and they like you, have it to where you increase your price year by year by year by year. And that's what I've been doing. So that's how I get around my pricing when it comes to the bi-weekly service. And I'm at $65 when it comes to cleanups, because 9 times out of 10, cleanup's gonna take longer, and it's an eyesore to them, and it's on a time limit. So you can get your price for that. Just so you know, when I do hedges right now this year, I charge $1.50 per minute. That's what I charge to do hedges, and I price it by one man. How long would it take one man to do a certain certain group of hedges? So of course, if it takes them 30 minutes, that's $45. And guess what? That's way above, that's like $90 per man hour. So you can do that when you deal with hedges. Like when you're doing hedges and stuff like that, and man, don't look at it and say, oh, it's only gonna take me 5 minutes. Man, yeah, it might take you 5 minutes, but hey, you can have a starting minimum. If I pull out my hedges for anything, I'm starting at $15, 5 minutes, 15, I don't care. You know, so most people will pay that. So understand that in your market, what you can get for your cleanups. All right, number 4, he asked me to share my profits. You know, now, if you know me and my channel, I share it already. So I asked you, Justin, go look at my other videos. I share my profit margin by the end of the year, and I've done that twice already. Just so you know where I'm at this season. Well, last season, I think I was at about 400,000 last season. And I know that's kind of like, for those people maybe coming in, it's a big number. But when you start putting in the guys that work for you, your insurance that work for you, pretty much, I'm talking about in my own pocket, what I made personally, I probably made somewhere about $45,000 personally to myself. And I do put in a lot of hours. I do put it. So imagine I only got like 10% of what I made. I'll take it, because if you think about it, you know, I'll take that money because I created it out of nothing. Okay. So that's what I look at profitability. You know, you can gross it and say, hey, I made all this money. But when you start additional this lawnmower, this gas and all that stuff, did you really make it? Did you really make $1 million? $2 million? Well, I mean, what's your profit? Did you take home 100,000? Okay, cool. Because that's what I want to be able to do. If I make $1 million, I guess I have to look at 10% return. So I did get that, and anything that returns 10% is great. I wish it was more passive than it is right now. That's my goal. One day it can be more passive, and I'm earning a percentage of what my company or my business is bringing in. All right, question number 5. What's my customer acquisition? Justin, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know how much I pay per customer. I don't know that answer. I wish I was Mike Endings and I can give you that answer, but I don't know. But I do know what works for me. And what works for me is I put out flyers in certain subdivisions that has a certain number of houses in that subdivision. Okay. And the reason why I do it like that, I at least want 100 houses in that subdivision. I don't put flyers out in random neighborhoods that's scattered out. I don't do that. You must be in a bona fide subdivision, and I know the number of houses. Please go back and check out my other videos on how I scout out these subdivisions using the postal company, where you can actually you can go onto the postal website. You know how you do Every Door Direct Mailers as a site. Okay, post office. Look that up if you hadn't heard of it. So Justin, your next question was, did you just got your truck, you got your flyers, you got your uniform, you know, and you got your website, and you asked me the question, when is the best time to put out flyers? The best time to put out flyers, I found out, is we put flyers out at the end of February. Believe it or not, here in Georgia, I started cutting grass in March. It's definitely cutting grass in April. And I realized the sooner the better in that end stage of February, putting those flyers out, the better you are, because grass start growing here. And if you ever look at the box stores like Lowe's and Home Depot, they start bringing in their mulch and everything around that period of time. So spring is in the air. So go ahead and put that out. Now, of course, if you get in it now, should you put out flyers now? I'm going to say no. But I'm going to be honest with you, it doesn't hurt, but I wouldn't put out a massive amount of flyers now, because a lot of people at this point in time, they already got their line guys lined up. And truth be told, if you was to do anything at this time, if you had to do something, I would put up my Google business. If you haven't done that, that's something that you should do pronto, ASAP, immediately, because that's what people do. Take out that cell phone, boom, 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 lawn care near me, and you want to eventually pop up, be one of the top 3. All right, fam? All right, fam, you said, what should you basically begin, what services should you basically begin with and have on your flyer? Well, one of the things I know is that for me, I make sure on my spring flyer, I have on the price to do your lawn. Anybody ever seen my other videos? If not, please watch my other videos. Got great stuff. But I sent out a flyer that basically shows you the price to cut your yard. That's what I would do. I would design a flyer that basically says, hey, I want to cut your yard. This is how much I'll charge you. Everything else is an add-on, okay? People will call you, hey, I need my hedges done. People will call you, hey, I need my yard cleaned up. They will call you to do that. But when you're going into the spring part, man, if you haven't already understood, like for me, most jobs, pine straw job, all of those is add on for me early in the season. It's just one of those things where I don't make a lot of money doing it, because I don't take on that type of work as like my primary source of income, because that work requires a lot of thinking. And the guys that come work for me, they want to come in and do something and go home. Where when you start doing mulch and pine straw and everything, those people are very particular about their yard, and you can't go and mess that up, because you're going to charge them a grip of money, and they want it done right. And I can't be there. I'm not going to be there. So I focus on what's simple. What's simple is cutting your grass every 2 weeks. Now, that's my money maker. A lot of people say, well, I don't make money off cutting my grass every 2 weeks. Well, I do, because remember, I told you I do add-ons. Imagine I cut your grass for $55 and your hedges is an add-on, and I cut your hedges for another $45. Hey, that's a lick. And remember, I charge $1.50 per minute. So for them to do your hedges might only take 20 minutes. You do your grass, it only take another 20 minutes. Boom, I met my mark. I met my money. So that's what I do. Yeah, I will do pine straw. Yeah, I would do most jobs, but I have a minimum. My minimum is do those things. It's like, hey, I'm not coming out there with no bag, no nothing if I'm not getting $250. Like, I'm not doing it. So understanding that, focus on lawn maintenance, that'll get you in, and then you add everything else on. Also, fam, if you got any questions that Justin didn't answer, or you want to know about my business and what I'm doing in my business and some of my ups and downs, questions on how I deal with clients, go ahead, leave it in the comment section. Hopefully I can get to you sooner than later, but I really would love to have, what Justin did for me. Definitely helps me think on how I have grown my business and some of the things that I'm doing here at QC. And as always, fam, if you like this video, you're really gonna love this video right here. So go ahead and click on it. Go ahead and click on it.